Well, I just wanted to finally put this video out there. It's been a long time coming, and I guess, I don't know, people message, and I guess they were curious about what happened afterwards, and um, I guess, that's all this really is. I guess just kind of explaining it from my side. And so after the fight, I went down the street, I drove down the street, met my partner at a school. Um, Not far from there, maybe a block. And we just kind of talked in the parking lot, and he just kind of, he asked me what happened, what's going on. And I didn't really have much to say, I kind of told him I have no clue, I'm going through a lot of stuff, and I don't know what happened. Um, so after that, he left. I think he went to go get some advice or something. I stuck around in the area, kind of looking for the daughter in the call that I was at earlier. And then I got a call to go back to the same house, and I went back there, and there's a second video, and everybody can see the second video, and we just kind of talk, and there really wasn't much anything that occurred with Robert after everything. Um, while I was there, I got a call to go to the sergeant's office as soon as I'm done there, which I did. I met a sergeant there, and he was kind of looking at the video and just kind of looking at me, and in shock, just kind of asking, like, what happened. It's like, I have nothing but I hear nothing but good things from you, but then I have this. What happened? Um, Again, I mean, it's pretty much the whole thing. I really don't know what happened. I really don't know, how I just lost control like that. In any case, he told me to sit outside, and he started calling up everybody up the chain of command, and um, I went and sat in the LT's office, and she was kind of asking me what happened, and it was about the same thing. She's like, I hear nothing but good things about you as an officer, and then I have this. What happened? Um, yeah, what happened? Um, so while I was sitting there, a senior officer came in, and like administration, an admin came in, and he asked me for my duty belt, and I have belt keepers. So I went to go and remove the belt keepers, and he told me not to reach as I'm sitting in there. It was my union rep, myself, the LT, and this officer, and he asked me for my duty belt, and then afterwards, as I'm going to give it to him, he's telling me not to reach for anything. Ah, man. In any case, I gave him my belt, and I was kind of sitting there with just my uniform on and pants, and just not really sure what was coming. Um, that was probably around like maybe 10 or so. The hours started passing by as I sat there in the LT's office, and then it's probably like 1 o'clock or so, and then I got moved over to another office. And while I was sitting over there, I was wondering if I could grab my phone because everything was left in the squad car. And that's when the officer told me, that the officer that was with me told me, like, that it's better to leave my phone in the car so that it's not open to evidence. So that just kind of resonated. I'm just kind of thinking to myself, what's about to happen? Um, I thought I was going to get suspended for like the max. I thought I was going to lose pay. Um, I thought I was going to have to do um, anger management or something, some type of rehab. At the time I wasn't really sure. I just recently, that was in 2007, I was diagnosed with PTSD in like August of 2006. Um, so I was still trying to figure out everything that was happening. Um, so I kind of sat there just kind of waiting. Nobody really spoke to me, and they wouldn't really let me go anywhere without having anybody with me. Um, and then it was about like 3:30 in the morning when somebody finally came down and said, I got to take you upstairs to the interview room because you're gonna be arrested. Um, it kind of hits you. You're like, what? I'm gonna be arrested? Um, yeah. I mean, it's not really something you expect to happen. I went up there, and there was two Illinois State Police troopers that were there. They started asking me questions that were on like the booking form to in process me at the jail, um, and it's kind of dumb. They have all that information. So I told them I wasn't gonna talk to them. Um, so they just searched me. Um, well, they put my hands behind my back and they cuffed me, and then they searched me, and then they walked me right out the front door. Um, yeah, that was um, that was something. Uh, Walked out the front door, right out there, right there on Monroe Street, and sat in the front seat of the state police car so he could take me over to the jail. Um, Nothing really, there wasn't really anything that happened right afterwards in the sense that, it's not like I left there and kept spazzing out. Um, I was still kind of in shock with myself as far as to, what happened. And super embarrassed. Super embarrassed, super ashamed, nervous. It's a whole bunch of things running through your head. Um, but yeah, I got driven over there, and they took me into like I think they call it like the Sally Port, and when we got there, the gates were open, and there were the Sangamon County deputies waiting outside. Um, and they stopped the trooper there and took me out of the car and took me into their custody. And that was kind of the extent as to what happened at the police department, with the with I guess my leaders and superiors. um, Nobody really asked about what was going on at home, and you know you know I guess nobody really asked anything more other than like just what happened with that incident, which is really not much to say. You watch the video, it escalates, and it just keeps getting there, and there's no excuse and there's no explaining that kind of behavior. So I don't really have anything to say. Just I messed up. What can I do to rectify this? Um, but that wasn't up to me anymore. That was up to the chief, and the chief of the police department. He he had to call around and get people to come and take charge of the investigation, because Springfield can't do their own investigation when they're arresting someone. And then the Sangamon County sheriffs would not cooperate with them and would not come and take that investigation on. They didn't see it was fitting. You know, they thought it was too much. Uh, but yeah, I mean, that's what happened right after at the police department. It wasn't really anything exciting. It was a lot of what happened, a lot of shame, a lot of um, embarrassment, and just a lot of the unknown at that point. Um, I never would have thought in a million years that I was going to be taken out the front door, with my hands behind my back. But nonetheless, that's what happened right after. Um, that's what happened after the incident that day. At least after the fight. Yeah, this is former officer Samuel Rosario, and this video and these videos coming are, I guess, just an explanation, from my side, what happened. So thank you for watching.